Okay, now I want to ask you about the RCMP, because you volunteered for the RCMP for 16 years.
15.
15, okay, sorry. And you started in Kitimat?
Oh,
And,
yes.
and how did you...
There I was in Kitimat 3 years only. And
Okay.
after that we moved here.
Yeah, so for the first 3 years of RCMP Auxiliary, you were in Kitimat.
Yeah.
And then when we came down here,
So
it was North Vancouver, yeah.
yes.
And every second Saturday night, you would be out.
Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
We had to select and stay with the selection for half a year.
Okay, so you
Whether
committed.
to work on Friday
Okay.
evening or Saturday.
Yeah, so you committed 6 months at a time to a certain day. And it was every second week.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And what made you want to volunteer your time? And why the RCMP? Because you could volunteer anywhere. You were already a teacher.
Because I had a good friend, younger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
He died more or less voluntarily.
Oh,
He said that
got it.
the way his health is, there is no point.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you know his wife.
I do?
Yes.
Oh.
Because we were together.
Okay.
He and his wife were good friends with me and my wife.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me the idea to join the RCMP.
Wow.
Okay? And he wanted to go too.
Yeah.
But his wife did not permit him because it is too risky.
Yeah, it could be a dangerous job.
Towards the end, one of the last weeks, I was given a gun to be Saturday evening or Saturday noon from 10 o'clock until 2 o'clock, 4 hours.
Yeah.
And another volunteer would come the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
And because the head of the family was threatened to be killed. So during the week when we were working, so we didn't work during the week, but we were called to work on Saturday and Sunday.
Is this like a security? You were providing security? Protection.
To be behind his door if the guy who said that we will kill him.
Right, so you were there to protect somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But the protection, they had big boat, nice house, one girl, her boyfriend, and they had lunch, and I got black coffee.
Oh, you were there to protect them and they only gave you a cup of coffee?
Yes.
Wow. Not even a sandwich?
No. Anytime the doorbell rang, I had to be a step behind the wife. The wife went to see who is there, and I had a hand on the gun, and be stepped behind.
Yeah, you were ready to act.
Yes.
You needed to. Yeah.
And so I got a cup of black coffee for lunch.
For your trouble, yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay. That's crazy. You must have lots of stories about that. You also did some work later on with CSIS, right? You were doing some translating. You had the highest security clearance in the country, I remember. And you were going off to some kind of office downtown in Vancouver.
Yes.
I remember that when I was a teenager. So you were doing some work for CSIS. You probably can't talk about that, and that's fine. But you were doing translating of documents.
Yes.
From different languages into English.
Yes.
To help the government. Yeah. That's pretty impressive, I think. That's pretty impressive.
I had to come there either weekend, but also on school days. Finish school and drive from Squamish
to Vancouver.
Yes, and I had a way to get the police were there very high in the building.
Yeah.
And so
that work you were paid for, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you were paid for the CSIS, but the regular RCMP volunteer was voluntary work. Yeah. I remember growing up, and you have the handcuffs. You still have the handcuffs. Yeah. And you always said that you didn't have the key. You lost the key, so that we had to be careful. So, did you actually lose the key, or did you have the key? Remember, you used to tease us.
Yes, I had it.
Oh, okay.
And it is probably
I'm sure it's still
somewhere.
Here. Yeah, no, I just saw the handcuffs now when I went to get your hat here for the photo op. Yeah, wow. Well, that was pretty interesting work, and I'm sure there's lots and lots of stories from that. But
and most of the regular police were very kind to me.
Yeah.
And probably to the other people too.
Yeah.
And it was only one or two who
weren't very nice.
Not.
Yeah. Well, I think that's general.
99% appreciated that we risk our life to help them.
Well, exactly. You weren't being paid. You weren't.
No.
So, I mean, out of, and even if you were paid, for the police officers that are out there today, I don't think people do appreciate that they leave in the morning or whenever for their shift, and they don't necessarily know if they're going to come home.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't think most people even give that a thought.
No. I was with some. We were really good friends.
Yeah.
Because we have met in regular life. I could meet the policeman who was civil, and I could meet him in store.
Yeah.
And some would appreciate it and come and talk with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the payment, there was some for some people, because one was during winter time, being when the restaurant was, and so we got a car. We were two men, and we got one police car, and drive across, and went to coffee or whatever, and make sure that people don't steal the skis.
Oh, up at Grouse Mountain.
Yes.
You were at Grouse Mountain protecting the skis.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
We had to pay for getting a cup of coffee.
Really?
We didn't.
They didn't even give you free coffee.
No. a cup of coffee, you know. But it was interesting.
Yeah.
Driving with police car.
Well, something different.
You know, across and get out of the car and walk to see. You know, that was, and that, we were paid for that.
Right. Yeah. So certain jobs you would.
And the other, we were a few people only.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When North Vancouver, school had.
The Centennial Theatre.
Yes.
There's that theatre at the top of Lonsdale. Yeah, I see the cat coming. Hello, Ollie. Yeah, I know. When we've driven by the Centennial Theatre, you've told me about that you were paid for an event.
Because the car had to teach in the middle of the road.
Okay.
So I had to stop the...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, I'm going to stop.